Welcome, my little time cherubs, to Dr. Weasel's Look Back at Listen, wherein we learn the answer to the question, what made the doctor wet the bed as a child?
And more significantly, we learned the importance of that barn from Day of the Doctor, and I just thought it was nowhere in particular.
I'm surprised, Clara, you didn't recognise the barn of Rassilon. It's long been the talk of all the Panopticon farmers.
If you say so. I did like the introduction of the telepathic control interface and the concept that Clara could fly the TARDIS, or at least along her own wibbly-wobbly timeline.
Clara Oswald is leaping along her own timeline, putting right what once went wrong for the Doctor, wearing faces that turned out to be her own, and hoping each time that the next dematerialization will be the dematerialization home.
Gee, thanks, Danny. The sarcasm is appreciated.
Well, that'll teach you to skip out on a date with me, you hussy, and go off gallivanting to the end of time with my great-grandson. If I might get a word in edgeways, 1, who the hell let Soldier Dan aboard my Type 40? And 2, just who did write listen on the TARDIS's chalkboard? If it's only really a sexy lady hiding under a small boy's bed at the end of the day and not a monster.
Oh, if I had Clara under my bed, the fun we'd have.
Oi, no more gratuitous cameos for you, 11. Clear off out. Well, I'm waiting, Miss Oswald. I want some answers.
Look, he's going to be the new companion, so I thought after his and Clara's hilarious series of dates, well, he may as well come aboard.
Plus, if I do turn out to be the master after all, well, the fun we'll have.
You can cut that out right now. You're on thin enough ice as it is already, Pinky.
Doctor, at the end of time, do you think there really was anything outside the door?
I don't know, Clara. It's like that old horror story. The last man on earth sat alone in a room. There was a knock at the door. Oh, there's somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door. It's probably a great big monster. Second warning, Soldier Pink. Clara, go and see who it is and tell them we're okay for pegs, salvation and tarmac for the driveway.
Okay, Dr. Weasel. Doctor, it's the Toclophane, and they want to know why you wouldn't let them in.
Oh, heck, not the spiky balls of head doom again. Danny, can I just check a moment here? You're quite sure you're not the master? Quite sure? No, anyway, Doctor, back to the episode. There were moments when it felt like a bit of an old mishmash of a non-linear storytelling, and then others where it felt like a modern classic. Where do you come down on all of this? Tricky one to answer there, Dan. I had a real cracking time watching this episode, and that's for sure, and I think it'll stand up well to a second watching. And I can't fault Capaldi. On screen, that man is the Doctor, no question about it. But overall, I don't know. There's something about it that's still bugging me.
Is it that the Impossible Girl is still literally everywhere in your life?
Is that because Moffat ripped off Metallica's Enter Sandman for the monster under your bed? No. I think it was the daft 100 years from today time shots. Seemed a bit of an odd plot point, all told. Not to mention the fact the BBC doesn't appear to be going to change its on-screen captioning in a century's time. Well, that kind of broke my suspension of disbelief.
Well, I loved it unreservedly, and that little dress Clara was wearing was so pretty too. I wish I had more outfits like that.
Well, if you think so, Clara. Anyway, it's finally time, as promised, to answer some of Dr. WHeasel's viewers' mail. Dear Dr. WHeasel, why are you so grumpy after your regeneration? Well, that one's from little Stevie Alexander. Well, Stevie, you'd be a grumpy old time weasel too if you had to travel around with the Impossible Girl. Every time I start reminiscing about a past adventure, she goes, I know, I was there, end of conversation. Bloody miniskirted know-it-all, smeared all across my timeline.
Well, if that's going to be your attitude, I shan't give you the combination to the safe next week.
Oh, get over yourself, Clara. Everyone knows Time Heist is all about the canonisation of Absalom Dak. Dalek killer. Still wish it was Frobisher, mind you.